What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to do a really quick review about this small electric ceramic space heater. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this little space heater, including one thing you should know before buying. So guys, got this. We have been testing different space heaters. I've actually been testing for my office. My office I don't know exactly what it is. I mean, we have a furnace and everything in the house, obviously, but it just doesn't get all that warm in here. So I wanted something that was small, functional, and would do the job. And this little puppy is actually pretty awesome. So I like this space heater a lot. One of the biggest things for me is that it is small. So it's about 9.5 inches tall, if you will. It's about 7 and about 1/4 inches wide, and then about 5 inches deep. So it's really not that big, but this thing's actually pretty awesome and pretty powerful. So getting to the power right here. So it has 3 different settings. So it has the fan mode, setting 1, which is 750 watts, and then setting 2, which is 1500 watts. And my office is about, I want to say it's around 250 square feet total. So it's not a huge room. I mean, it's a decent size, like basically a bedroom converted. And this does a great job in making sure that the room stays exactly how I want. In addition to the setting on the right there, it also has this setting here. So this is the plus, basically, if you want to get, or I'm sorry, this is the plus over here. If you want to get hotter, you turn it to that. If you want to get cooler, you turn it to that. And this is actually a pretty cool function. I'll explain why in a second. So here's one of the things I like about it. So right now, let's say that you said, hey, you know what? I need a little bit of heat in my room. So I'm going to turn it, this is the fan mode, which has some noise. I don't know how loud it sounds in the camera. It's no louder than like a smaller air purifier. It's not very loud. When you turn on to heat, really no difference at all. So this is currently on the heating mode, right? And you can't tell, but it's starting to get warm here. But what we can do is right up here, we can actually turn it. So right here is where the dial stops. So if we say, oh, I want it to get hotter, we turn it to here, or I want it to get cooler, we turn it to here. Now the cool thing about this, what I really like, I can turn it to that lower setting. And what I can do is say, hey, I want it to be this warm in the room, right? I don't actually have a thermometer, but I can adjust it to whatever I want. So if I say, hey, I want it to be this warm, and it just understands that the ambient temperature around is a certain warmth, it'll turn on when it gets cooler than that, and then it'll turn off. And it'll turn on, and it'll turn off. So it automatically, based on this, knows how warm you want the temperature. Now, again, it's not digital, which it would be nice if it was digital, because you could see, hey, I want it to be 78 degrees or whatever. It's not like that, but it does have this little rotator knob, which kind of does the same thing. It's just not digital. So I think that's pretty cool, especially how it will turn on and off. Another thing I like I said, is that it has a fan. So once this thing really heats up, and I don't want to touch it too much, but it's obviously pretty warm right now. Once it turns up and heats up, you can actually just turn it to the fan right there, the X right here, and it'll just blow hot air anyway. The other thing you may have noticed, so when I turn this on, and this is a great safety feature, right? So I have it on right now, and you'll notice every time I move it, it's turning off, right? I'm not doing anything, it just keeps turning off. So this is a cool safety feature. So basically, the way that this works, let me turn this off. The way that this works is if it's on and someone accidentally knocks it over or falls over, it automatically will turn off because of this little button right here, right? This little button right here, right? When it is sitting on it, it will make sure that it stays on. But when it's not sitting on it, it basically will automatically kill it and shut it off, which I think is a cool safety feature for sure. And lastly, I don't know how well you can tell, but there is a light right here that is on. And then when I move this, it turns off. So that basically gives you at a glance, hey, is this on or off? So yeah, guys, really, really like this for my office. It does a great job in keeping it warm. With, like I said, the air or the forced heat doesn't do so well. So it really does a great job with that. In terms of the one thing to know, I mean, like I said, my office is maybe 250 square feet. I don't know exactly what size this is rated for. I mean, it can go up to 1500 watts, right? So it can actually heat up a pretty decent sized room. I don't know, if you have like a full house that's like 800 square feet or something like that. I don't know if this would be able to cut it. I'm not 100% sure about that. But I do want to say, at least for a smaller room like I have, this is really, really a godsend. It's pretty awesome. So I just say I'd recommend, if you're considering getting it, hopefully it's just where you're thinking like, okay, well, let me keep it in this one room to really make sure that this room is toasty, like a bedroom or whatever overnight, things like that. I don't know that I'd do like a whole small house with it, but overall, yeah, it does a really, really good job. And I definitely do recommend it and hope that you enjoy it.